Hey everyone, we got an updated Dragunity Tempest deck profile here. Dylan, you can just start whenever you want.
Alright, so let me get straight into it. Triple Ducks, triple Phalanx, triple Mistletoe. You might think you don't need that many, but you do, really, because drawing this card gets me my combo. One Legion Ackley is standard because I have to deal with like problem monsters like Ophion in the main deck. Two Tempests. You don't need three of this because drawing it's actually not as good as getting the gold sack for it. Well, normally it's not anyway. Double Veiler. This card is really good right now. I don't run it at 3 because it's not as good as this card. If you could see that. But I like it because it actually has synergy with Tempest. Because this is level 1 tuner that you can normal summon and sync with if you have nothing else. So this card is normally a really good top deck if you're down to top decking. You can make that Thought Ruler, gain back some life points, and then not get your ass handed to you. And so, oh, that's not it for monsters yet. All right, the most important monsters right here.
Yeah, right. You can't run the deck without it.
My boss monster and my combo setup. These are so good, but I don't run more of this. I used to, but one is enough with Gatorg. Plus, you don't actually want to draw it anymore either. I find it's better not to draw it. Triple Dragon Ravine and triple Terraforming. That's standard. You need the Dragon Ravine. Triple Gold Sark. You might think this is a bit weird when I only run 2 Tempests, but you never really see all 3 Gold Sarks, and this is better to draw than Tempest is, and I really like having this in my hand.
Besides, you can Gold Sark a sided in card or a Heavy Storm when you need it.
Oh yeah, even a Pot of Everice.
Oh yeah.
Or a Monster Reborn. I mean, there's so many good cards that are limited that you can Gold Sark.
Plays for days.
Triple MST is standard, and Triple Lance is also standard.
Somewhat standard. You might want to explain that.
I used to run 2 Lances, but now I run 3 because there's been too many situations where I've been like, hey, you know, if I had a Lance that would win my game. This card is really good, protects your asses like in every way possible, like from attacks and back row. So it's a double use card and it's really good right now, like in this format. Double Card of Consonance. Now, this might be weird when I run 4 targets, but since Goldstar can search you your phalanxes too, this is a really consistent card. I run my version of the Trinity, where I just replace the Dark Hole for a Book of Moon. I like it better. And 1 Pot of Avarice, because this card is too broken. Now, ready for the biggest trap lineup in any deck ever? Breakthrough Skill. This card is so good. I don't run it at 3, because you don't need 3 of them when you have 2 Veilers, and I don't really want to run any less Veiler because this card is really good for sinking, and I don't want to run any less Breakthrough Seal because this card is just better than Veiler in general. It gets that Ophion, you play it when it's summoned so they don't get their search, and you play it from your graveyard so they don't get the effect. It's a really good card. And then
you can go like combo next turn if they don't have any back row, or if they do and you have like a Lance.
Or an MST. Like, the deck is pretty diverse. Okay, so for my extra deck, I run 1 Catastor for my Legionnaire target, 1 Gatorg for my combo setups, 3 Vagianas for generic use, either for comboing or just to make that Ducks into a Level 8 Synchro, 1 Blader to fuck over most of the meta, and it's 28-26. Even if you book it, it's still huge.
It's like there's only a few things that you can get over it with.
Scrap Dragon to get over problem monsters, Stardust to make my fields nearly invincible, not always. And a Thought Ruler Archfiend for that late game grind when I need my life points back, or it's my Eradicator target as well.
It is.
1 Gauntlet Launcher because this is a nice card. I don't make it very often, but generic rank 6 succeeds are kind of important. Just to, have, like, when you get 1 extra resource card, 2 Mistletoes and a Ducks, you can make one of these as opposed to this, which is Tolimus, who will give you your normal combo with your 2 cards. And I also run a Bouncer. It's a lot like Gauntlet Launcher, and Bouncer also kind of protects your field as well. A lot of the meta runs effects launchers right now, and negating them for 1,000 burns is always nice. Plus it's 27. And I run 2 Atoms for the combo and 1 Gaia. I don't actually run 2 Gaia because I normally banish my Atom, so I don't even have it on the field.
So with the 1 Gaia, it's like if you have another combo, the combo would end in like a Scrap Dragon and a Thundercharger usually.
Yeah, that's my backup plan.
If you were to take out the Gauntlet Launcher, because I know it's your least used card in the extra deck, what would you add in?
Well, now, there's a lot of cards I could add into my extra deck. I could add in more level 8 Synchros. I could add in more level 6 Synchros when the good ones come out. Like, for example, there's a 2400 DD Warrior Lady and a Beast Lord Vulcan who can bounce stuff. But, personally, right now, I think what I would do is add a second Toymas. Now, there's a reason for this, is because if you have a Mistletoe in your graveyard or attached to this as an Exceed material, it does the exact same thing as this. It will be bigger, and when you leave it on the field, your opponent will be forced to get over it because it can bounce their monster. So this is just a really good card.
Moving on to side deck.
I run 2 Legionnaire because siding this against the Evil Storm matchup is really good. You can just pop all their stuff. Even Monarchs, you can get rid of that Vanity's Fiend you know they play. They're going to side it against a combo deck. This is a terrible card that I'm replacing later for Imperial Iron Wall. This is a nice card, and I kind of want to run a third, and I probably will. I mean, the Prophecy kind of kills you because that Fate will like screw over your whole combo. Just the one Fate, right? And 2 Prohibs. This is a really good side against your rogue decks, but I can take it out if I need to. I mean, I set it in a lot, but it's only so effective.
Yeah.
2 Eradicators, because this completely destroys the Prophecy matchup.
You can make a Thought Ruler, too.
I can make a Thought Ruler on my first turn with just the Ducks. Double Gozen, because this deck can run field control just as well as it can combo, because most of its monsters that are wind can, like, pop stuff, go to double attack, do a lot of stuff with wind monsters. And Stardust is your wind, so you have a big synchro. And Triple Decree.
Because fuck back row.
This deck does so bad with back row, I need it. When you side this in against matchups that, like, Constellars, Evil Storms, are on a lot of back row, you flip this up, and normally it's your game.
Alright, so, just because we have been talking about this over the phone and whatnot, didn't you say that you'd be taking out, like, something like double Prohibition and double Elferia for a 3rd draw unlock and 3 Imp Walls?
I want to run Imp Wall. It's so good in this meta right now. It just normally... Because not only can it, like, stop dragons from having their graveyard plays and stop, prophecies from using their Fate, which is their only really real back row. I mean, some people tech other back row, but, like, it's not normally as lethal. It's a really good card, but not to mention it also stops things from banishing. I mean, sometimes that kind of hurts you with the Gold Sark or the Tempest, but it's still a really, really good thing when your opponent, like, main decks a macro, or if you want to counterside an Imp Wall, because then your monsters can't get banished, and you can do your plays without actually having to destroy the macro.
Yeah.
So it's a really good card in general, and I want to run it. I also want to run a 3rd draw unlock, because Prophecies are the best deck right now, like, hands down.
Oh yeah, I agree too. Anyways, any last words on the deck?
One thing, I have seen a version of this deck that uses Mist Valley Baby Rock and a Queen Dragoon Jin and a Guard of the Wind Spirit to do a bigger combo than mine. Now, to anyone that wants to run that version of the deck, that is fine. It is ultimately going to make a bigger first turn field than mine can, but it can also make better fields in general. But here's the thing. That combo, once you've done it, you almost waste all your resources, and then you won't be able to do more stuff later. The reason I like this deck is it's good against the meta, because even if its first turn field gets countered, I have ways to come back with Scrap Dragons to get rid of the problem monsters and so on and so forth. Not to mention, if I did run the second Toymas at any point in time, it would be really easy for me to just bounce stuff.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's the deck profile. Hope you like it. We'll probably be uploading some combo vids later.
Honestly, yeah, because the combo that this deck does is really solid. It makes such a hard field to get over, and it does it almost always.
Anyways, thanks for watching. Hope you like it. That's it.